Hello everyone, this is Enderlord. I'm making a video here on a storage system that Melonboy10 and I designed. So this storage system is similar to Sahara from Hermitcraft Season 6, or Surprise Tea's Siberia storage system. So this storage system, however, is special in the fact that everything operates at 4 times hopper speed. So this shulker unloader works at 4 times hopper speed because hopper minecarts are insanely fast and then it gets split among 4 hoppers. These shulker loaders, oh I pressed the wrong button, work at 4 times hopper speed. There's 4 hoppers pointing into this shulker. These item filters work at 4 times hopper speed because they use hopper minecarts on activator rails. So everything here works at 4 times hopper speed. So I'm just going to give a quick demonstration of how the system works. So earlier I threw down a beacon from this chest, and now this shulker box brought in all the beacons that we have in the system. It's only showing full shulker boxes right here. However, if say I adjusted the amount of cyan wool in this barrel, that would change the comparator output here to actually make it so that it loads the shulker boxes less than full. However, improvements still could be made to make it so that when something is requested, it'll break the shulker box in there so that you can have less than a full shulker box, even if you want it to usually fill up to a full shulker box. Anyways, if I don't take any of these, then this chest is going to go back. We have some piston bolts up here to bring it to the end, because this thing is somewhat directional, because rails have a directional aspect to them when you're dealing with rail switching. So as you can see, this dispenses the shulkers up in here, and then this just goes back into the system. And the minecart has gone back into this minecart silo with nothing left in it. And the beacon has gone back here. So if I request this again, as you can see, this goes along here, and then it comes on down, it travels through these item filters and rail switches until it goes here. The reason why this is directional is because in another direction, when this rail is not powered, it would be facing a different direction. Like, just rails are weird like that. Anyways, this shulker box, this minecart's been loaded full of shulker boxes. As you can see, all the beacons went back into the system. So yeah, I'm just gonna send this back, and you can look at the beacons get loaded back into the system again. And this is actually, these modules are 3 wide entirely. So yeah, as you can see, beacons are going back in, beacon shulker boxes. And yeah, that's pretty much how the system works. So yeah, and this shulker loader, I suppose I might as well show you this. It's pretty close to being full. So let me just grab a shulker box and grab some beacons. So this input chest accepts shulker boxes or just normal items. So I'm going to show you both. So I'm going to put in some normal items and a shulker box. Actually, I think I'm going to bump this shulker box over here. So the way this works is there's a hopper minecart here, and then it splits amongst 4 hoppers beneath the hopper minecart. Since hopper minecarts are insanely fast, it can do that. As you can see here, there's shulker filters because shulkers cannot go inside of other shulkers, so that's how we filter out shulker boxes. This is somebody else's design. I forget who, but I will link their design in the description and probably put it in an iCard. So the shulker box has already been unloaded, but essentially, I think you saw the tail end of this. They use the same principle in which hopper minecarts are faster than non-hopper minecarts, and then that splits amongst 4 hoppers. And we have more shulker filters in case the empty shulker box got picked up by this, rather than going here, because it's somewhat inconsistent. This shulker unloader isn't perfect, and as you can see, beacons are going up here, and we actually have this bunching system to bunch them up into one item entity. Seems like I was too slow, so I might need to get another shulker box. And I can also demonstrate this here. Oh, it seems like this broke. So as you can see, it's not entirely consistent. Seems like that was butted. So we'll have to look into that, but as you can see here, this is getting unloaded. The empty shulkers go up this water elevator and just go into this large storage silo type thing. And as you can see, there's apparently this is imperfect as well, but yeah, should be a minecart chest here. I think I unpowered this level so I couldn't shut down the world. But yeah, this minecart chest just runs back and forth, filling up the empty shulkers. So I'm gonna throw this back in here. So yeah, that shulker loader isn't perfect, but the main kind of part of the storage system that we wanted to show off was this 3-wide tileable part. The rest is kind of just there for support, so we didn't really make it perfect. But this bunching mechanism essentially makes multiple item entities into one item entity, because there's kind of a mechanic where if there's the same item next to each other, it will kind of turn into a stack. And this is useful because hoppers actually take in a stack of this at a time. So as you can see here, it takes in a stack, and so you can actually have a hopper that picks up items faster than hopper speed, but it won't push them out faster than hopper speed. So that's why item filters are usually slow. However, this uses a hopper minecart on an activator rail rather than another hopper and another hopper minecart to kind of divide it between some 4 hoppers. And as you can see here, this shulker box is almost full, so I'm just gonna wait for it to fill up. Alright, now as you can see, it's almost full, and it gets destroyed and replaced, and then the other shulker box goes up this water stream, and then it goes into this chest silo type thing, and then it goes into this hopper line down to here where it will eventually fill up a hopper minecart that sits right here when this rail is unpowered. So, yeah, that's pretty much how this works. And then we also have some item filters over here, which kind of switch around rails and such. And so yeah, this whole system's 3-wide tileable. I've got some other things in these other things to show you. This system probably is not very applicable to your average survival playthrough. However, if you just want to use it to store like stone, granite, diorite, deep slate, then it might be useful. Or other building blocks, because, like, for example, in Season 7, Good Times with Scar had tons upon tons of chests, and Mumbo Jumbo built a massive storage system for him and it took a long time for that storage system to actually be able to process all the items. So this is kind of what would fill that application. You wouldn't want to use this for things like diamonds, but for large bulk things. You might want to use some other storage system like the one Cubfan used in Hermitcraft Season 7 as a main storage system for your main miscellaneous items where you have a variety of item types rather than a large amount of item quantity. So that's pretty much the system. As I mentioned earlier, Melonboy10 did a lot of the work. He's kind of the redstone genius behind this. I helped a bit, but as you can see over here, I think, he was able to design things a lot more compact than me. So when I originally tried to design the shulker loader, I built this monstrosity. These are just some command blocks and stuff to fill up these chests with amethyst shards. These are just constantly cloning them. I built this monstrosity, and as you can see based on this shulker box being here, it doesn't even entirely work. But it somewhat works as a 4x hopper speed loader, but it doesn't. The items don't always get picked up by the hoppers, as you saw by this shulker box being outside. Yeah, but he built this system, which he later shrunk to be even smaller to make it 3 wide tileable. Yeah. So yeah, Melonboy10 did most of the redstone here. So this is why this is probably going to be on his channel. I'm gonna leave a world download in the description. So yeah, feel free to check it out. But if you wanna take an individual slice, the individual slice is right here. There will not be a build demo. However, feel free to try and copy this. I will note, however, that although this is 3 wide tileable, not everything is contained in one slice. This depends on the adjacent slice, so at the end and the beginning you're going to have to add some additions in. For example, here, this depends on this barrel right here, rather than the barrel that's actually inside of the slice. This barrel is actually for the next slice over. It also needs this little purple circuit, the glass for the side of the water elevator, this little auto dropper circuit, and yeah. And as you can see over here, this all fits inside of the next slice. It doesn't interfere with anything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And have fun at 4x hopper speed.